Well, hello, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Caron. I am your Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator located here in Austin, Texas. And I am here with you on the second Sunday of the month where I bring to you the Roll of the Die series. And so thank you so much for joining me in the craft room. You guys, this month last month the die rolled some elements, and we are just going to try to make it happen and have a good time doing it. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on. Before we do that, you know, guys, we always start with the our admin things that we try to get out of the way. So let's get started. If you see any products that you love that I'm demonstrating in the card today, please don't hesitate. Shop in my online store at www.sweetsignatures.stampinup.net. And if you shop with me this month and you purchase anything, please don't forget to use the host code. Use the host code for any purchase of any value up to $149. Anything over $149, definitely get with me and I will help you get the most out of your hostess benefits, because at that point, they are yours, right? And then, of course, I offer a free gift with purchase. This month, there is a tutorial that you will be receiving when you place an online order with me. And who knows, it might be the tutorial for this card, but you will be receiving a tutorial. All right. I would love to share my love of stamping with you. So please, if you are interested in learning about the Stampin' Up! Opportunity and being able to get that discount for Stampin' Up! Products. Oh, thank you. Hold a moment. All right, hold on a moment, guys. Let me check. Let me check. That video is gone. Can you see it now, Michelle? I'm sorry. Michelle is just telling me that she's unable to see the Zoom. I don't know what's going on. Can you not see Zoom? Hold on. I see that I am streaming. Let me know what you're seeing now, Michelle. Are you seeing anything now? Oh, okay, so I thought you couldn't see it on YouTube. Okay, so are you seeing us on YouTube? Hold on, let me go ahead and send you that. Let's see. Sorry, you guys, audio visual or technical difficulties always gets me. Always gets me. All righty, hold on. All righty, hold on just a quick moment. I am definitely, I don't know what's going on today. It's not like I'm doing anything I haven't done before. Okay, so I'm clear on YouTube. All right, let me just do one more thing, you guys, and I do apologize for the difficulties. And then we'll go ahead and get started in just a quick minute. All right, so here we go. We're going to move on, and let me know when you come in and we can go ahead. If there's anytime that I'm out of the shot, please leave a comment and I will try to move and adjust so that you can see everything that I'm doing. So this is going to be a very simple card. I have two different things to share with you. had an initial thought, and then I quickly transition to another thought. And if I have time, I'm definitely going to do both with you. Okay. So the die rolled sorry, I was in the middle of my admin notes. Again, with the purchase of $50 on my website, any $50, you get a gift from me, but also we have bonus days. And with Stampin' Up, from the 6th of July to the end of the month, when you shop with me, you earn a $5 coupon for every $50 that you spend. So if you have, oh, there you go. If you have an order that in any of the products that you like, that you have up to $50 or more, for every $50, you'll get a $5 coupon. Hey, Michelle, that you can redeem in August and shop. Guys, I love shopping, and anything that I can do to make me spend a little bit less out of pocket, I am absolutely in love with that idea. Also, don't forget the new kit. Stampin' Up! Releases a new kit every month, and this month's kit, the July 2023 kit, is called Bloom Wishes Kit. You guys, join me on the 28th at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will go together and we'll have our kit together. What is our kit together? Is when you purchase the kit from my online store, you join me. I will send you a Zoom link and you can join me, and we will get together and we'll put together these cards. What's amazing about these cards is, guys, they're slimline cards. So if you wanted ever to play with slimline cards, now is the time to get this kit. And let's put it together. I believe it's only $13, you guys, for this kit. Amazing deal. All right, so Michelle, let me bring you. Michelle, do you want to be on YouTube with me? I don't know. Oops, what's going on here? Do you want to be on screen or no? I can't hear you if you're speaking to me. So I have right now on speaker view. Let me spotlight. Well, no, we're gonna do. I just have it on speaker view, so you'll be there. Thank you for the moral support and joining me live today. All right. So let's get started. What happened to my? Y'all, this automation is just driving me nuts today. All right, there we go. Okay.
You still can't hear me, right?
No, because I have my computer on mute so that I don't have the feedback coming in. So that's probably why I can't hear you.
Okay.
Probably. Actually, no, I just heard you. Duh.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, thank you so much.
You can put
All right, so I have it on speaker view. Actually, let me change that to just spotlighting my workstation. How about we do that? And then none of us have to worry about anything, right?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So let's get started. What am I doing today? I am working with 2 stamp sets. And I'm starting Oceanfront. Oh, the dies rolled last month. Bling, Embossing, 2 of my favorites. Birthday, Subtles, and DSP/foil. Keep that in mind. And then I added the 6th element, which was summer, because we are in the midst of summer, and y'all know in Texas, well, it's hot as heck out here. So who couldn't use a little oceanfront vibe going on, right? So I'm going to work with Oceanfront, one of my favorite bundles or stamp sets. And then I'm also going to be using the Vertical Blooms stamp set. Now, if y'all watched me joined on Thursday or Friday, this was the bundle that I've been playing with, and I absolutely loved it. So let me show you what I came up with first. So this is what I came up with. Isn't this adorable?
Pretty.
When I went back and, after I create these cards, I go back and I say, okay, well, what's missing? Have I done all of the elements? And y'all tell me what I forgot.
DSP.
Huh?
DSP.
I did DSP or foil. So now I'm like, I love this design. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make sure I get some DSP or foil in here because this is the card I'm doing, okay? All right, so let's get started and then we'll see how we can figure this out. So a couple of products that I'm using in addition to that are not Stampin' Up products is the ultra thick embossing powder in clear. And I use that. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but if you look on the design, you'll see where it looks like little water droplets. So I use that to add like a little added, a little extra texture and added effect. So that's what that's for. And you guys, I figured out how I'm going to add my elements, my foil without destroying, I hope, my my project. I have never used heat and stick powder before in my life, so I'm getting ready to use it today to make sure I add my foil element to this card. So let's get started. I am working with a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It is a full quarter panel of basic white cardstock. And the colors that I'm using from the Subtles collection, I am using Lost Lagoon, Flirty Flamingo, and Pool Party. Those are the colors that I'm going to be using in my project today. So I'm going to start with my Pool Party. And Pool Party is going to be, of course, for the water portion of the set. So let's get this guy stamped on. And most of the stamping that I'm doing, I'm kind of keeping it a little bit more towards the left side of the cardstock. And that's because I'm going to do the ripped paper technique on the right side. And so I need to make sure that my image and my design stays more towards the left side. So I'm going to get started with this. Make sure my basic white is lined up. And then I'm just going to place this right here. Make sure I have good transfer of ink. And there I go. All right. And I'm done with this. So the next piece I'm going to use is the, let me put this away. I'm going to now go in with the Lost Lagoon. And with my Lost Lagoon, I'm going to go ahead and add kind of like the earth part of the image. And I couldn't decide. Oh, I got a mess on my hands here. I couldn't decide whether you use this to line it up this way, because it seems like you could do that. I didn't do that the last time, but I'm going to do it this time because it seems like that's a good way. So I just changed oh, that's perfect. I just changed the orientation of my stamp. See it this way. And then I changed it for this image. Okay. Cover this up because I will put my hand in it. And then the last color I'm going to use is our Flirty Flamingo. And it's summer, so I want a beautiful summer day with the beautiful skyline in it. So I'm going to go with Flirty Flamingo. Okay, I'm going to bring this closer to me. Sorry if it's not in frame, y'all, or if you're seeing the top of my head. And a little overlap is fine. It's not necessary, but it's fine if you have a little overlap of your images. Okay. And that's it. In so simply, I added my background, my beach scene. All right. So now, before I do anything else, what am I going to do? I'm going to add my little floral accents. And I'm looking for and I'm going to go with Rainforest. This is from VersaFine. And I tend to use that if I'm wanting a little bit more time to emboss, because the ink tends to dry a little bit slower. Gives me a little bit more time to go ahead and emboss my my images. Okay. Then I'm going to add a second. And this one's going to go right here. I'm going to lower this one a little bit from my original design. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and add the embossing powder, the regular embossing powder. I can't see if you're saying anything to me, Michelle. Sorry.
Nope, I'm being quiet. Did you tell them all the elements of the roll of the die?
I thought I did.
Maybe I wasn't here yet.
Birthday, and I'll say it again, birthday, bling, embossing, and using the subtles, and then I added the sixth element for summer.
And the DSP.
DSP and foil. Mm-hmm. Always forget to add that one. All right, so here we go. Let's get this embossed. And one of the reasons why I emboss is because it gives it a little bit of texture, a little bit more texture than normal stamping. It's texture and it shines. So there's an element of bling when you heat emboss because it shines. Excuse me. All right, so I had to YouTube today how to use heat and stick powder. Do you know how to use heat and stick powder, Michelle? Because I did not.
Don't you heat it up and then it gets sticky and then you...
That's exactly right.
Okay.
That is exactly right. So what I'm going to do with this is, so I'm just going to add, I'm going to try to, I wish I had, let me use that instead. What I'm going to try to do is use my refill, because if I can find it, because it might be a little bit cleaner than trying to get the cleaning refill. All right, I'm not putting my hands on my. All right, so here goes. I can't find it. So I'm going to try to be very careful. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add the embossing powder right to where, I'm not the powder, the Versamark ink. And I'm going to add that right to just where the little join line is between my sky and my water. Because that's all I want for now. Okay. I've had this heat and stick powder for quite a while. It's got a green label. So let's hope it doesn't go bad, right?
It's the OG one.
OG. All right. And so I just want that to be just at that join line. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my heat tool to warm that up, and trying to be careful so that it doesn't actually overheat it. I just want to make sure that it gets to be sticky, and I can see it getting sticky. There we go. Then you guys, here's my foil element, right? I had these flakes, and they're copper flakes. And I'm just going to add them right to that join line, right? I think that's how that's supposed to work. So I can get my little copper elements in there. I know I'm going to use this. And there we go. We're just going to burnish this in here to have a little bit of copper or foil highlights. right? And that's how I added a little bit of foil. I'm gonna need a brush, and then I'm gonna be able to brush some more of that off. This is one of the reasons why I don't use this product that much, y'all. But it's beautiful. It adds such a beautiful foil to your project. And where is that at? Let's get this swept up. Now let's finish burnishing that inside into our card area. So note to myself, I probably should have added the burnished part before, but that's okay, you guys. I'm having fun. I can see the copper highlights, the foil. I think it still looks great. And then the last thing I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to add my Versamark one more time. And I'm going to add Versamark over this entire piece right here. And I'm going to go right in with my triple ultra thick embossing powder. This is a little bit like rock salt. That's kind of like what it looks like. It's not what it is, but what it looks like. So I've done all my heat embossing, or my embossing, because it didn't have to be heat embossed, right? I've used my subtle. I've added my foil element. I've used my subtles color. And then the last thing I got to do, I definitely have my summer feel going on. And then I got to do the birthday, and then we'll have our card done. Our first one. Then you'll start to see how it melts and it adheres, and it just looks like little pebbles, little raindrops on the ocean, just additional textures. All right, so there we have it. Can you see the difference in the textures now? Awesome.
Beautiful.
I love it. Cheryl got me into using that ultra thick. She did it on a project, and I was beside myself. All right, so now that we have our cardstock, we're almost done with this card. And we're just going to do the ripping technique, okay, or the torn paper technique. And what I'm going to do is, where's my card base? I want to make sure that I have enough room to stamp my sentiment from the vertical blooms stamp set. So here we go. I'm just going to do some ripping, and I'm going to rip towards me. And when I'm ripping towards me, you guys, I'm going slowly. I necessarily wanting it to be in a straight line. That's not necessary, but how you rip it is completely up to you. So I'm ripping, I'm ripping, I'm ripping. Okay. And then when that's here, making sure that I have enough room on the side to stamp my sentiment. Perfect, I do. Awesome. Here we go. We had a great time with the FFF luncheon yesterday, our birthday luncheons. Well, every month we get together as a group and we have lunch. If there's anyone whose birthday in that month, we get to celebrate with them. at our monthly luncheon. All right, there we go.
And this month they celebrated you.
Yes, mine and one other, but we had a great time. We had German food. Do you like German food?
Some of it, yeah. Did you have any schnitzel?
I sure did. I had Jaeger schnitzel and mashed potatoes and pickled cabbage. That's like my favorite vegetable these days is cabbage. I'm eating an awful lot of cabbage these days.
Wow.
Yes, it's one of the few vegetables that I do actually enjoy, and because it is, I'm eating it. Make sure that I get my vegetables in. All right, I'm looking for my little spoon, and I must have misplaced my spoon. All right, so let's see here. Grab a piece of cardstock so I can pour. And again, this is the beauty of Versamark ink or VersaFine ink, because you see how long it took me before I'm adding the powder. This is still wet enough so that the powder will stick to it. Regular dye-based ink, it just won't last that long. It'll dry like so fast. So you don't have the opportunity to, you just have to move extra quick in that instance. All right, so let's go ahead and heat emboss our main sentiment and get this card done. Hello. We're just talking about lunch yesterday and how much fun we had. Anne gave me such a beautiful birthday card. Thank you, Anne. It was gorgeous. Now, some people may be asking, how is that a birthday card? Well, I love the sentiment. It says bloom with grace, right? So anything that's blooming is growing. Growing equates to aging for me, at least in this case. And so that's kind of like my birthday sentiment. What I write on the inside will be a little bit different, and maybe a little bit more, not maybe, a little bit more personal. And so you'll get that happy birthday on the inside. But bloom with grace is what's signifying birthday to me. All right, so I'm just going to add some foam tape to the back of this panel. And this first card will be done. Y'all, I have another card to share with you. This was my initial design or my initial thought for this project today. And that one should not be so fast. So gonna be kind of like the same, but you guys are gonna enjoy this one. I learned this one for a challenge from our Creative 8. And I'm like, this is so easy. It's a perfect way to use scraps if you have scraps. And still make beautiful cards with those scraps, okay? All right, so let's get this loaded and then we'll be done. Except I gotta add bling, of course, because that's just how, that's what the die rolled. And so we gotta make sure that we have all of the elements in the card. All right, so let's line this up. And there we have our card. Bloom with grace, our panel, and then I need some bling. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use this. So for my bling, I'm gonna use this adhesive back sequins trio. And we've got all of the elements on this card. So this was the sample that I first created, where I didn't have my foil element. And here's my sample where I included the foiled element. I love this card. It's very quick. It's very simple. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. And if you do take the opportunity to recreate it, please definitely share it with me, as I would love to see what you make. So let me go ahead and show you quickly the card that I was going to make. And I took this from inspiration from this card, this design, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you. I'm going to use the same pieces of cardstock, colors that's in there. Here's my Lost Lagoon, my Pool Party, and this is my Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to lay these out on a piece of cardstock that is for the same quarter panel. Right. Okay, there it is. I'm like, where did my glue go? Because I couldn't do just one. I have to be a little extra for y'all today. And I'm being extra. I have the time to be extra. It's only 1:30.
It's birthday.
So I'm gonna
one.
I'm being a little extra. All right, so we have the Lost Lagoon. We have our Pool Party. I wish I had, you know, Versamark has a little pen. I wish I had a Versamark pen, because really what I want to do at this point is go in between where they join, add the heat and stick, and then add a little bit of the foil or the flakes. Let me check my online presence to see if anybody's talking to me. Nope.
Will they stick to glue?
I don't know. We can find out. One way to find out. All right, so we've got all of our panels done. And we're going to take the same stamps that we just used, and we're going to use this to create this card, okay? All right, so first we want to start with our, where did it go? Nope. Oh, there it is. We want to start with our Pool Party. Does this count? Because I'm making my own, yeah, that's Pool Party. Okay. And then we're going to make sure that this kind of lands. Is this even? Nope, now it is. Lands in our, ooh. Okay, we're gonna have our cardstock go this way. Sorry. So we're gonna change the orientation of our paper. Okay, so we have that here. We're doing a lot of tone on tone stamping right now. And then we're going to line this up. And because we're using the cardstock already, the colors will already be inherent in there. Okay. Oops. Maybe this won't work that way. All right, so we didn't get good transfer of ink.
Where's your foam pad?
Oh, I have a foam thing on my desk. Yeah, I think it's because of the join, because you see the inks right there. It's this because of the split right here. I'm not getting good transfer. But y'all, More than one way to skin a cat. And guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to find me my sponge dauber. And I'm going to add that color. There are no mistakes in stamping. Is that right?
Only opportunities.
Exactly. Only opportunities. And look at that opportunity that we just found. All right. And then the last step, I think that worked better in my mind, my concept. We'll see. Then just gonna add this guy right here. Then I'm gonna go in with the black VersaFine Clear. I think this, you know, I didn't look for it, but I think this set had the little birds in there. Go, and then do we have little birdies in here? No. All right. Another instance when life throws you a curveball, how you figure it out. I'm looking for my little marker pen. And I'm going to draw in my own little birds. And that's it. Then I'm just going to adhere this to the front of this card. And look at this beautiful card that we just made. Same elements, just a different texture. And I'm going to have to stamp. I don't have the, I didn't think about my birthday yet on this one. So I definitely have to think about that one. Oh,
Maybe a die cut happy birthday?
I'm going to have to do that. And then I'm going to definitely have to do that. Let's see. There's no happy birthday in that one. I'm going to get it together. That was definitely a Stampin' on the fly kind of creation right there. Perfect. Boom. There you go. Now we're almost finished with this one. And all I got to figure out is my sentiment. Now let's see. I'm looking for a small one, I think. Name some stamp sets, Michelle. Let's see.
Stamp sets? Would you want a bold happy birthday, like Biggest Wish or something?
No, because I won't fit on there. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let me see if I can find something to fit on that. All right. How many millions of stamps that this Caron has that has happy birthday in it? And now let's try to figure out which one we're going to use, right?
Do you have go-to greetings? That has like 4 happy birthdays in it.
All right, guys, hold on just a minute. I'll be right there. That's what happens when you hadn't thought about what you were going to do for a sentiment, which happens to me quite often, actually.
You don't have the wanted to say dies, do you?
Actually, that's on its way. I don't have it just yet.
Oh, no.
Nope. I believe that's an order that's coming. Oh, here's one. This one might be good. It's from Darling Details. So let's see where that one's gonna go. Happy birthday. All right, so let me see if it's gonna fit. Oh yeah, it's gonna fit right in there. All right, so here's what I want to do. On a piece of scrap, I'm gonna stamp this watercolor watercolor shapes set in the oval, and I'm gonna stamp that on a piece of basic white. Make sure I prime that one really good. And I think I want to stamp this in, what color do I want it in? My back, oh, that would be good. Going for another subtle. This one is Lemon Lolly. I'm gonna lemon lolly it. Okay. Perfect. And then I am just going to stamp this sentiment, heat emboss it. And then heat emboss it right there. We want that to be right in the center of our lemon lolly piece. Pick it up. Okay. I'm going to heat emboss that in black. There we go. 1002, 1003, 1000. There we go. I don't know where my spoon dropped. It dropped somewhere on my floor. I'm just going to heat emboss this. Probably do a double heat emboss. And then punch this out. Okay. All right, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to punch this out. And I'm using the double oval punch. Making sure I line it up the way I want it. And I'm just gonna pop this guy right here and we'll have a card. How about them beans, don't you think?
Love when it all comes together.
I know. I know. Do you lose any sleep when you can't get your cards to turn out the way you want them to? Do you?
I don't think I've ever had a card turn out exactly how I wanted it to.
Okay.
The process.
Do you tend to diagram your stuff beforehand?
Sometimes
do a template?
I'll do a sketch or I'll have an idea, but
I tend not to do that kind of stuff. I tend to do it for these lives, these roll of the die, only because, you know, I want to be able to have something to work from. Of course, that might in and of itself might change. All right, so there you go, you guys. This card is done. What do you think? It's very simple. I know that. And I don't even think it needs gems. So for this one, I'm not going to give you any gems. Sorry, guys. But we created a couple of options for you, all in the same color scheme and color pattern. And here you have the card that we created for you today, using, of course, Flirty Flamingo, Pool Party, and Lost Lagoon as our subtle colors. And this one we did just simple stamping. This one we incorporated some cardstock and a little bit of lack of my artistic flair by adding birds. But hey, it all works, right? And now what everybody is always waiting for, you guys, is what are we doing next month? What are we doing next month? All right, let me grab my dies and get to rolling.
It took me the whole time working, but I made a card.
You did?
I did.
I'm gonna bring you on camera live. Did you use the elements?
I used the elements. I added one thing you didn't say.
So you can show me what you made. No, I don't want that. I reserve the right to change a die.
You're re-rolling.
Yes. Because for whatever reason, I keep getting DSP and foil, so I guess I'm supposed to do that.
They're weighted. Dies are weighted.
Huh?
They're weighted dies.
No, you know what? Maybe it's just not the. I don't know. Maybe I should find something else to roll it in. I don't know. Let's see if this does any better. Okay. Regals. That's one. Oops. Oh my God, sympathy. Oh. die cuts, and embossing. All right, so next month, the cards that we will make will feature the Regals, DSP, or foil, die cuts, it has to be a sympathy card, and embossing. All right, make sure we can see this. All right, so there we go. All right, Michelle, I am going to bring you on screen in just a minute so I can show what you made. And Michelle just created this card while we were, do you have your camera on your desk? Or are you gonna show
on?
Huh?
Yeah, I have my camera on.
Okay, so I'm going to spotlight you and then you can show us what you made.
Here is my card. I tried to use some of the things you use to be inspired.
Oh, looky, that's gorgeous, Michelle.
I used the ocean front stamp set in the background back there.
Yeah, is that Lazy Days?
I added in crumb cake since it's a new trend. And
but the stamp set, that the stamp and die, is that Lazy Days?
This is Lazy Days. I used the cane weave embossing folder for my embossing. And same blade.
Nice. It's beautiful. What did you use for the is that DSP for the porch? I'm gonna call it the porch.
No, I used the little stamp set from Lazy Days. If you keep adding, it's like a little one, and keep going across, you can connect.
Oh, girl. Okay.
And then foil, because I forgot DSP myself.
No, you made your own DSP. That's what you did.
DSP, but I also used foil just because it was DSP or foil.
Okay. It's beautiful. I love it. And the birthday you got from?
What is it? Wait, what is it called? Hold on.
Word Dies or Word?
Word Dies, but it's the new one you said you ordered. Wanted to Say Dies.
Okay.
I think that's a good
gorgeous
one.
Card.
Whenever you need a sentiment, just add it on.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, Michelle. I really, really, really appreciate you for joining us today. And you guys, see what Michelle did? Michelle did that in the, hour that we were sitting here. And so she did an awesome, incredible job. Thanks for joining. And you guys, we'll see you next month. And happy stamping. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Oh, gosh. All righty. Oh, bye. Well, hold on a minute. I tell you, automation and me are having a challenge these days.